All right, so Dave called me, told me to hurry up and get down to Rocky Mountain because his 2024 300 XCW just got here. Oh yeah.
I mean, basically, if it fits the 300 XC, except for triple clamps.
Triple clamp and like rear shock stuff. Yeah. Everything else, yep.
Thank you.
What's it called? XCW?
Hey, try and start that up again. What do you think's happening?
Well, I don't know if it's got like poor idle set right now or what.
It kind of doesn't want to idle, huh? You kind of have to gas it to make it run?
A little bit. Yeah.
Oh, there it is, down there.
What is it?
Just a little knob you gotta turn. Oh, was it pulled out?
Well,
Let's
that's
try.
what I don't know.
And you need to pull it out. So what was the deal?
He's got it on the cold start right now, which I don't think we should have to do that, but he's trying to adjust the idle.
Oh, I see.
Bring cables to strap that thing in there?
Okay, so Dave, been waiting a long time. It's here, it's in your garage. What are your first impressions about this?
Well, it didn't start at the dealership, which we finally got it started and got it going. I don't think it's a problem. I didn't like that happened, but we went back in, the mechanic started it up, and you could keep it running by giving just a little bit of gas, but basically he had to go in and turn this red knob, just kind of way in there. He had to get that red knob turned a little bit to raise the idle. And he just basically said, we should have done that. We should have started it up, let it warm all the way up before we tried to adjust the idle the first time. They were probably trying to rush a little bit because I was in the store, but okay, so that's that. Man, the bike looks nice. Beautiful bike. I'm coming off of a 500 4-stroke. I have had a 2-stroke before, but this is kind of a new game for me, so I'm excited. It's beautiful. It runs really smooth. I mean, so far I've just gone down the road and it's smooth. So I'm loving it.
So the power is not like an abrupt power band?
Yeah, I mean, so far I don't have a great feel for it because I've just been on the road.
Okay.
But I mean, I spun the tire a little bit on the road back there, goosing it. But it felt like super controllable on the low end.
I see, which is XCW.
XCW.
Trail, enduro, hard enduro, yep.
Yeah, something I'll point out is I've had XCWs, lots of them in the past. This thing has a 45 rear sprocket and then like a little bit larger sprocket on the front.
It's a 13 up there.
Oh, it is a 13. Okay, 13's fine. I thought you said it was a 15 or something. Maybe I heard that wrong. But normally I've run a 1350. So I've normally been a 50 back here, and that's just kind of interesting to me that the ratio is.
But who knows? Inside the transmission, it could
Exactly. They might have just.
be.
done
It
that
doesn't
in-
mean anything.
Right. I'm imagining I won't have to change that because that's what they decided to give us. So just something I noticed. The light up here has got a cool little push button now instead of which my cables are in the way, but that is quite nice because in the past it was a pull up and nobody could get in there with your gloves and pull the thing up. So
And what does that do?
that's just on and off for the headlight.
Nice. I'll need to probably get that for my beta.
Yeah, exactly. You just buy the KTM switch. just wire it in. It doesn't have steering stops anymore, which is interesting. I don't know what that's gonna do, and honestly, it's just paint. It's just like a metal nub that has been painted with the rest of the
What is
powder
it
coat.
stopping against?
It's stopping against this right here.
So it's not adjustable.
It's not adjustable. And I mean, that's probably not gonna bother me too much. It does turn quite far. I mean, something else I noticed that I'm not pleased about, I'm a tall guy and I always bring my bars up about 3 inches or so. There is absolutely no space on my cables here. I can tell that I'm gonna be in trouble with that. And on my previous bike, I was able to leave my stock brake and speedo cable alone, and it worked. I don't feel like these are gonna reach.
These bars being so low, this is probably more like what Dave's gonna run.
And I normally would do a little bit of a riser here. I'm gonna do the like the Mako 360 bar dampeners like I had on that bike with a little bit of a riser, and then I put these bars on. So this is probably about accurate to where it'll sit. Man, I don't think these are gonna fit.
Do you this will probably be okay?
Yeah, that'll probably.
And maybe you could do some, if you had to, you could do some voodoo and maybe take a shorter path.
Well, you can usually flip this upside down.
Ah, gotcha.
It's too, which I did have a bike where I flipped that upside down and it was fine. And, you know, another thing, this cable came kind of all jacked up and bent in here, which I don't know what that's about. Maybe it's how it came shipped, but not the end of the world, but just something to notice. These are my thoughts, right? Man, that kickstand looks awesome. I like how they redesigned that. It just looks like it's got a lot more strength to it.
And some weight savings too.
Yeah.
Cool.
Point out these flat guards that come on the bike stock. It's like if you put your levers probably where you should be, at least where I need them. How ridiculous does that look, hanging down like that?
It's like a birth defect. Yeah, you're right. The if you put your levers where it's comfortable, then the stock guards look stupid.
I guess it makes me wonder if I was a better rider, am I actually supposed to have my levers more flat? Because that's how the manufacturers are making their.
I don't know why they do that.
Because you'd think they would at least put an angle on these things. Anyway,
Make it adjustable so that you could.
Yeah, I always pull them off because I think by the time, like, this isn't even as low as I want it. I want them just a titch deeper, and they look absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, maybe you can detach this from this and design and print something to bring it up.
I had done that at one point. I'd printed something in there, but it just, I don't know, it was getting complex. Yeah, one thing I noticed, you know, I'm coming off a 2024 stroke. I noticed this foot brake felt a lot smoother to me, meaning, so like the range was a little bit greater to lock it up, which personally I kind of like because sometimes I feel like my back brake is a little bit of a light switch. And anyway, I noticed it on this, that I would consider that an improvement.
So non-light switch.
Yeah, not as light
The
switch.
500, it was kind of just like you could easily lock it up
Easily.
and not as much.
And you can easily lock this one up. I just was noticing I could like modulate more in between.
Does it mean like you can move it further before?
Yeah.
Okay. Whereas the other one, you just move it the same distance and it locks it.
Yes.
So you can still lock it up easily. It's just it doesn't lock up too easily.
That's right.
Okay. Well, guys, we are gonna get you some more content on this bike as soon as we have it. I know Dave wants to put some aftermarket stuff on here, and some of it's not available yet and harder to get. So we'll get it up as soon as we have it.